Brilliant. Welcome everyone to All Hallows Transition Programme, week number 2. Lovely to see everybody. We've got 57 people online at the moment, so that's absolutely amazing. Remember, just a couple of housekeeping situations just to start with. So if you do not want to be seen, that is absolutely fine. You can turn your webcam off and you can just listen through the audio. It's not a problem at all. It would be really, really helpful for us if you can put your first name in the box that you are in. So if you go to your box here where your face is, the 3 dots at the top, click on there and you can rename. And you can change that box there. So if you can just put your first name in there, then at least we can have a conversation with you directly, and we can get you more interactive into the session. The chat and your voices are both disabled from the beginning to the end of the call. So we cannot hear you. If you need to say anything, you need to put it in the chat at the bottom, and that chat will then go directly to Roxy. She can then see everybody's names and we can talk to you via that chat. It's really, really helpful. Right, without further ado, let's get on with the session. I know Roxy's got lots of fun things planned, so I'll pass over to Roxy and she can take over. Thanks, Rox.
Thanks, Louise. Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Could you give me a big wave? Good morning, good morning. Oh, I can see you all. Fantastic. Look at all of that energy on the screen. I hope you've all had a great week. This week, we are going to start off with a little getting to know you exercise. If you received the email, it was asking you if you could all bring something, if you could, that represented you, okay? So how awesome you are, something that you love, something that you have an interest in. So for instance, this is mine this week. This is what I'm bringing. This is a microphone, and that's because I love to sing, and that's what my interests are. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask if you could all bring the item onto the screen, and we can all have a look to see if there's anybody else on the screen that likes similar things to you. If you haven't already got that in advance, that's okay. You've got something around, or you know where there is something that you could go and get to show everybody what represents you. You can go and get it now. So we'll give everybody about 30 seconds to get that sorted. And then we're going to have a flick along. You should be able to scroll and see if there's anybody else that likes the same things as you. Oh, I could see. Oh, I could see. Is that another microphone I can see there? Excellent. Team, what have you brought to the table today? What have you got? What represents you? Tegan?
I've got a trophy I won at my dancing presentation evening.
Wonder if we've got any other dancers in this group today. We'll have to have a look. Caitlin, what have you brought?
I've got a huge cat teddy. It's Marie from the Aristocats, because I'm a big fan of cats, all things Disney. I love it.
Ah, love that. Love that. Wonder if we've got any other cat fans. Ellie, what have you brought?
I also have a trophy that I won from dance, and this was with Take Part, so I know that me and Tegan have a similar interest that we could talk about.
Look at that, that's fab, wonderful. Erin, what have you got?
I've got a book because I love to read, and I don't usually have time to read, but with all the spare time, I have been reading a lot, and this is one of my favourite books. It's called All the Bright Places.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a very good book. I've read that book.
Fab. Charlie, what have you got there?
I've got 2 acting trophies from Take Part, and also Shakespeare.
Oh, okay. Shakespeare. I wonder if anyone else has brought any Shakespeare into the group. Let's have a look. Anis, what have you got with you today?
My Macbeth Shakespeare book.
Look at that.
See, now me and Charlie have something in common.
Excellent. Fantastic. I'm going to have a little scroll through you guys now, and let's see what we've got. Ava Lacey. Are they medals? Yeah? And what do you want to type into the chat box what they are medals for, so we can see if anybody else has got something? Excellent. Oh, I can see football as well.
And some art supplies I can see.
Can you see some art supplies?
Yeah, some pencils and paintbrushes and things by the looks of it.
Wonderful. I bet we've got quite a few people that love that.
Yeah, lots of sporty people as well.
Yeah.
Etty's got a shoe. I can't make out what sort of shoe it is, but it looks really cool.
Have you typed that in for me, Ava? You have. I have medals from dancing and gymnastics and your art book. I bet there's, let's see, who've we got that's got things that are the same as that? Have we got any more? Oh, we've got some more medals. There's a medal there with Keisha.
Neve's got a leotard which would link to the dancing or gymnastics. I don't know which one, but she's got a leotard.
I think I saw somebody else with some art supplies as well.
Simona's got some art supplies.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I can see football. Is that a basketball, Igor? Is that a yeah, thumbs up. Have we got any other basketballers in here? Have a look. Or anyone that might fancy giving basketball a go. That's another thing to have a look at. Let's have a look here.
Some video games.
Video games. Have we got some video games going on? Oh yeah, Lily, I can see you're holding something up there. Is that your phone? Is that a picture of somewhere that you love? Oh, what is that? I can't see what that one is. Oh, fab.
We've got an Xbox controller. I'm sure lots of people love Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to. Oh, who's this here? Gracie. Is that what? I can see a big pile of lots and lots of blue, red, and white there.
Like medals.
Yeah, they do.
Would you like to post them into the chat as to what your medals are for? Let's see if you've got any matching interests there.
Well, someone's got a VR headset, I think it is.
Oh.
It looks really cool.
I don't even
That's
know.
cool.
What's that? What does that actually do, guys?
It's like it's like a virtual reality thing. So it goes on your eyes, and then you can like see like a different world when you turn around, and it moves with your body.
Oh, fantastic. Gracie, are you typing in there what all those things are that are in front of you? Samuel, is that stationery? What is that stationery? Is it art supplies? There's lots of medals on the screen.
Ah.
Fantastic.
When someone holding up TikTok.
Oh,
Lovely.
there's a few of you that quite like TikTok. I bet everybody. Oh, we've got some Etty. You've got some trainers there. Oh, what are they? Tell me what trainers they are. Are they a special type of trainer, or do you just love shoes? If you just love shoes, we definitely have that in common. I just love shoes. Medals from swimming, Gracie. Wow.
That is
A lot
so
of medals.
That's a lot of swimming you've done there, aren't they? Oh, Etty, they are wrestling boots.
That is so cool.
That's
You know what? I
cool.
don't think I've ever met a wrestler before. That's quite cool. Excellent. These are all fantastic. Thank you so much for showing us what is so awesome about you. I can see all of them, and I hope that you've managed to have a scan through and see who has got matching interests. It's really good that we can do this to get to know each other. Okay. I'm going to let you into a secret about what could make you an awesome student at All Hallows. Now, All Hallows have 5 P's that are in their classroom responsibilities that they would like you to try to be mindful of at All Hallows. The first P is prompt. The second P is prepared. The third P is to be positive. The fourth P is to be productive, and the fifth is to be polite. Now, all of those things could help you to be a responsible and awesome student in the classroom, which is exactly what we're aiming for. Okay, I'm going to just unmute Mr. Tomlinson. Good morning.
Good morning or good afternoon, Roxy. Okay.
Well, it is good afternoon now, isn't it? Yeah, we've not had my lunch yet, so I'm still in morning mode. Just wondered if you'd like to add anything to those. So I know that All Hallows, you've got your 5 Ps, which are fantastic, and we're going to go more into that in a minute. But did you want to add anything to that on your classroom responsibilities?
But basically, we need children to adhere to the 5 Ps. They might think that it's going to be difficult initially, but obviously if they're in school on time, they're productive, they're working hard, it's going to impact on their learning. Ultimately, that will produce better exam results, which is what we want for each and every student. So we will constantly be going through, as we go through year 7, discussing how we can adhere to the 5 Ps.
Yeah, fantastic. I think they're really useful to have 5 key points to keep referring back to. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about each one. So what sorts of areas of school life? So I'm going to offer this out to everyone, but I'm going to ask my team to sort of talk to me about this and offer it out to you. What areas of school life might we need to be prompt?
Lessons. You need to make sure your lessons on time, and in the morning you get in on time.
Yeah.
And then you can start your work on time and get your work done in time.
That's it. There's quite a few timekeeping things with being prompt when you get to year 7 in high school. Things change slightly, and you have different deadlines and things to be looking towards. Excellent. What about prepared? What things might we need to be prepared for in year 7? What different types of things?
I think at the beginning of the day, you need to make sure you're prepared for the day and have all your stationery and your equipment and any books that you need, your school dinner or your lunch, lots of different things at the beginning of the day.
Yes, there is. If anyone can think of anything that they have thought about getting to prepare themselves for September for when you go into year 7, you can send that over into the chat box and I can open that out and say, oh, we've thought of this, things that people might not realise. Or something.
I used to love getting new stationery at the beginning of the year.
My favourite thing to do.
Favourite thing.
I still do it. I love it.
I can't wait so I can go shopping for stationery for uni. I'm so excited for it. Matching folders and things.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Can I just add something, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
The biggest difference that the new year 7s will find is when they were in year 6, they would spend the majority of the day in the same classroom. And when they get to high school, the biggest difference is that the children move around the teachers, so they will be moving all around the school each time there's a new lesson because it's a different format. So that's something that they'll have to get used to.
And I know that on the fantastic All Hallows website, there is a virtual tour of the school, isn't there?
There is, that's right.
And I think we will possibly look at that at some point. But if you guys want to have a little look ahead of that, there is a virtual tour. So maybe you can be preparing yourself by becoming familiar with where the corridors go in the classrooms. So that might be that's a really good point. Really good point. Okay. Then what about being positive?
I think being positive towards all your work is obviously going to make you do a lot more, and you're going to understand it more. If you're negative about it, then you won't want to do it and it won't get done. But that's just one way. I guess there could be many ways that you could stay positive. Like by being positive, you can also make new friends, which is obviously a big part of high school.
Fantastic. And what about being productive?
I think this comes in with homework quite a lot, because a lot of us, I've done this before, we leave our homework till the last minute, and that is not a productive way to do things. I think making schedules of when you've got your free time, or writing down all your homework that you get set, that's being productive. In the lessons, making sure that you do all the work that's set and don't fall behind, don't chat to your friends too much.
Yeah. That's a good it's a temptation to do that. I do know. We all know. We were all there. It's very tempting. But by trying to be productive, we are showing that we are trying to stop that. Okay, and what about politeness? Where might we need to be polite?
Being polite to the teachers and just other people around you, because if you're polite, then it's gonna be so much more easier to make friends and be friends with the teachers.
Definitely, and that first week, that first stage, when we were talking about that last week, about our growth mindset, everybody is going to be feeling a little bit uneasy. It's that change, it's that transition, that new beginning that we were talking about. And by being polite and being mindful, and other people being polite to you, that will be so much easier, because you'll realise that everybody's in the same boat and we can do this. You are going to do this. You're going to be fantastic. You're going to be great. So I'm going to introduce you to 2 kids. Now, these 2 kids live in your mind. They are in your mindset. We have Kid Average. What might Kid Average say, guys? What sort of outlook does Kid Average have?
I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
Do it. All of these ho hum, do I have to attitude, yeah? That's Kid Average. He's up there. He's up there in my head. He's up there in everyone's head.
Yeah.
But then you've also got someone else called Kid Awesome. Now, Kid Awesome is also in here. And what might Kid Awesome say?
Kid Awesome uses a magic word that we talked about last week, which is yet, and he thinks, I might not be able to do it, but I will be able to do it, and I'm going to try really hard to make friends, because it'll make everything so much easier for me if I have lots of friends in school.
Exactly. So if we go back to the 5 Ps and we bring Kid Awesome and Kid Average into this, I'm just going to share this with you now. There you go. Okay, so if, say, we need to be prompt and you need to go and catch a bus to school. So some people, that might be a new thing. You've never caught a bus to school before, but you know you need to be at the bus stop for a certain time, but you're so tired and you really can't be bothered. What might Kid Average say at that point?
I'm going to go back to bed.
Gonna go back to bed. I'll just get the next bus. I'll just be late. What might Kid Awesome say at that point?
I'm going to get ready. I'm going to try and get up as fast as I can and get to the bus stop. And maybe the next night they might be like, I'm going to go to bed a bit earlier so that I'm ready to get it in the morning.
Yeah? Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, and then if we go to being prepared, okay, you've got food tech tomorrow. Yeah, and you know the stuff's in the cupboard because parents have been out and bought it for you, or grown-ups have been out and bought it. You know it's in the cupboard, but it's not quite ready to go. Could someone type in the chat for me what they might think that Kid Average might say? What might Kid Average pipe up with? What do you guys think?
Might not care, so if he forgets it, he might be like, oh, my mum can just bring it for me, it doesn't matter if I forget it.
Yeah, I can't be bothered. Etty says I can't be bothered. That's right. Can't be bothered. Does it actually matter? I can't be bothered. These are all fantastic. Well done. Really, really good. Excellent. Might not care. That's right. I don't like getting my hands dirty, so I won't do it. I tell you what, Kid Average has got a lot to say, hasn't he? A lot to say. Can't be bothered. My dad will bring it. Okay. What might Kid Awesome say? Let's have some suggestions there. Kid Awesome. What might Kid Awesome say?
Kid Awesome be like, this is going to be a fun lesson. I'm going to make sure I bring all my food so that, because I doubt that a lot of you have done food tech before or cooking in school. So it's a new experience. So Kid Awesome will be like, oh, I'm so looking forward to this.
I've got some great suggestions here. Timothy says, let me prepare the night before. Olivia says, this is going to be fun. Samuel, I'll try my best. Rory, I woke up early this morning because today's going to be fun. I'm going to get myself ready. Oh, let's do this. I've got someone that says, let's do this. Excellent. I think you guys have got a really awesome Kid Awesome going on. So Neve said, who doesn't like getting her hands dirty? Even though I don't like getting my hands dirty, I will still be prepared and I will go in with a growth mindset and keep my head up high. I will work hard. I'm so excited. Guys, this is fantastic. How awesome is your Kid Awesome? Okay, let's go on to the next. Let's see what else we've got. What about positivity? So, you've woken up this morning and it's really raining outside. Yeah, really, really rainy. It's grey. It's cold. Your house is nice and warm. You've had a really yummy breakfast and you just can't be bothered to go out. You think you might actually have quite a hard day at school because maybe there's subjects that aren't necessarily your favourite subjects. What might kid average say in regards to that? What might kid average say? Let's have some suggestions. What do you guys, have you guys ever felt like that maybe kid average is going to win in that mindset? What sort of
no way.
Like you don't really want to go in, like you just
Yeah, so some people have said, what's the point? I'm bad at anything. Oh no, kid average, that's not okay. I can't be bothered, so why not just stay at home? I can sit and watch TV. I'm not going. Someone says, I'll just skip. It doesn't matter. I can't be bothered. Nobody will notice. I'm nervous. There's no point. Oh, how honest are you at understanding your kid average? Now let's say that Kid Awesome's coming in, sparkling and shining, ready to take over that mindset. What might Kid Awesome say? Have you guys ever had a day where Kid Awesome has won? Yes.
Definitely.
I have to try. I've got here someone saying I have to try, and that's excellent. I'm ready. Let's
think about all the friends you're going to see when you get there, and all the you might not enjoy your lessons, but you've got lunch and break and all the other times to have fun with your friends. You make good memories that way.
Yeah, let's be
learn something new.
positive. I'm going to go to sleep early. I'm excited. Someone said being positive, so switching that growth mindset. If you're a little bit nervous, why are you a bit nervous? Is it because maybe something's new and you've got that funny feeling that's making you a little bit nervous? That's okay, because if it is new, we are learning the skills to go into that situation with a positive mindset, and we are going to bring Kid Awesome out. Kid Awesome is going to prevail, it's going to win. Or someone says, although I don't like this, I'll still do it. That's fantastic. That's a really, really good positive mindset. New school, new me. Oh, I like that little saying. Fantastic. Fantastic. You're saying Kid Awesome's going to say, excuse me, it's going to be me now. It's my turn. Yeah? I think that's great. Okay, fantastic. Let's move on to productive. So, you are in a lesson at the end of the day. The end of a very long day. Perhaps it's the same day that you woke up this morning and it was raining and cold and you didn't want to leave the house, but you went out because you were positive. You've got to all through your lessons and it's the end of the day and it's a really difficult lesson and you're really tired and you just want to maybe go on the bus and go home, but there's a reason that you're in that lesson. That lesson is there to help you grow and help you learn. What might Kid Average say at that point? What might Kid Average say? When that Kid Average is coming in trying to take over that mindset, what might they say? Let's have
It's only one lesson left, so I might as well slack off.
Yeah, and they'll just leave. Yeah, it's boring.
I had a fun day. I just want to talk to my friends.
That's it. Just don't try. I want to talk to my friends. Okay. Why? I'm tired. I'm tired. Someone said, I'm tired. Why? Okay. Someone says they'll give up. Is that what a growth mindset is? Is Kid Average bringing in all of those awesome things that you have learned and that you are? What might Kid Awesome say? No, it's not. Kid Average is not helping there at all. Kid Average needs to go to the back and let Kid Awesome come forward and shine. Let's do this. Someone said, let's do this. Yes.
The more you do in lessons, the less you've got to do at home. Because if you do all your work in lessons, you might have less homework to do, or you'll remember it better if you do it in your lessons than teaching yourself at home.
That's it.
It can also make you feel a lot better about yourself. I know when if I set myself a target and I do it, I feel a lot better about myself. Whereas if you're keeping that like negative mind of not doing it because you can't be bothered, then you won't feel any better. You'll continue feeling that way.
Yeah, and you get the more positive you are, remember we talked about it being infectious. If you're positive and you're smiling, the person next to you becomes positive and they're smiling, and before you know it, it has the power to go around the whole classroom. It has the power to go around the whole school. But if you can have that positivity and let it spread out, do you know what's the best thing? Is for a teacher watching a positive class, they become more and more positive, and it's just a lovely environment. So at the end of the day, you leave school in a positive, and you've had a really productive session, and you are leaving and everybody's thinking, yes, Kid Awesome won. A classroom full of Kid Awesome. How amazing is that? Excellent. Oh, someone said, if you don't finish the last lesson, you won't be smarter and go further in life. You'll get further in life than Kid Average. Excellent. Always striving to be Kid Awesome. Yes. Someone's gone, yes. Yes, Roxy, this is what we're talking about. Wonderful. Okay, and then our last one is polite. Ooh, now, how might Kid Average think and approach politeness? What do you reckon? Everybody, if you've got a thought on that, type it into the chat box for me. What do you guys think? What about politeness with Kid Average? So you're meeting someone for the first time and they come up to you and they say, hi, I'm Roxy. What's your name? What might Kid Average say? It doesn't really matter. It's so hard. It's too hard to be polite. Just ignore you. It's too hard. And what happens then? Kid Average ends up well, in a negative mindset. Oh, I'm busy. It's not my friend. It's not your friend yet. But how great would that be if it was? So what might Kid Awesome say? Kid Awesome might walk up to that person with a big smile on their face and say, let's see what pops into this chat box. What do you guys reckon? I think you guys are all Kid Awesome with your politeness. My team are. Nice to meet you. I'm Kid Awesome, someone said to me. Have you had a nice day today? Give them confidence. Make people happy. Hello. How was your day? Hi, how are you? And this part, you know, where we've brought in today things that represent how awesome we are, you could sort of maybe see if you could get to explain about what you love and see if you've got any common interests there. Hi, I'm new here. My name's Kid Awesome. How are you? Excellent. This is great. Well done, guys. You've done fab with this. Really, really good. Okay. I'm going to just explain to you what awesome means. Okay, let me show you this. What does awesome mean? Now, there might be a word on this screen that might be surprising to you because it's on there. We'll go through them and we'll see which one you think surprises you that it's on the screen. Extremely impressive, very good, excellent, amazing, wonderful, terrifying, magnificent, breathtaking, astonishing, and fantastic. Okay, is there any of those words on there that you didn't know meant awesome? We're going to go through and we're going to use some examples of how you might be awesome at All Hallows. Let me just see if anybody has any questions on any of those. Jerome has said terrifying. That's an interesting one, isn't it? That is an terrifying. Lots of people saying terrifying. Terrifying's awesome. Breathtaking. Okay, we'll talk about that one. Breathtaking. Terrifying. Someone says, what? Terrifying? Okay, I'm going to just take these off the screen and come back. Grace is also asking about terrifying. So let's talk a little bit about terrifying and why that's awesome. So the way that I think about terrifying is those excited nerves. So, has anybody ever been on a roller coaster? Hands up if you've been on a roller coaster. If you haven't been on a roller coaster, that's okay. Etty was shaking her head saying, I'm not on a roller coaster. No? Okay, so those of you that have Do you realise, do you remember that feeling of that nerves just before you set off? And then you have those feelings in your belly where it goes, and it gets all adrenaline in your fingers and your toes. Now, I remember when I had my first day at Take Part, I had a very similar feeling. I felt like I was going into something that I didn't really know about, and I had butterflies and adrenaline, and I was a bit terrified because it was the unknown. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't really know anybody there, but I was excited, and I channeled that into something awesome. And now I'm part of an awesome team, and that feeling of getting on that roller coaster was so worth it. And if you can embrace that feeling, you're going to have a fantastic time in All Hallows. So don't be scared of the terrifying feeling on the first day or the time leading up to it. Some of you might be feeling a little bit terrified now, but if that's an excited feeling and it's the bubbles like, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, it's all new. That's an awesome feeling. That shows us that you care. That shows us that you're thinking about it and you're moving through this transition into your next new beginning at All Hallows in Year 7. And that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, do you think maybe, is that a little bit clearer now as to why terrifying is there and how we can turn that feeling of, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, into, this is awesome, this is fantastic? Can everyone give me a thumbs up if you understand that a little bit more? Yeah?
Can I just stop with that? I've just had a thought about that. Could it be terrifying to be awesome?
Oh, it so could. Yeah.
I think a lot of our kids on the screen, our team now, could perhaps explain that the thought of being awesome could also be really terrifying and quite scary.
Yeah.
And maybe how we could overcome being awesome. I mean, let's face it, probably some of you wouldn't have chosen to be on the screen and to help these guys at All Hallows get through this situation, but you have decided to be awesome and overcome that terrifying situation. So maybe we could just have a little chat about that, because that might be another reason why it's up there, that word terrifying.
Yeah.
People get scared. What do you think?
I find it's a lot, sometimes it's pressure to be awesome, and whether that's pressure to do really well in an exam or to do something like this that's different and new. But the thing that my family always remind me is that it's me that puts that pressure on myself. My family has never said you have to do really well in all your exams, but I've made myself think that because I put that pressure on myself to be awesome, because that's what, for myself, that's what my awesome is. It might not be awesome for everyone. To you, it might not be the most important thing to do really well in your exams, but for what I want to do with my life, I need to do well in mine. So that's awesome for me, and it was scary for me to have that pressure for myself.
Okay. I think we need to understand that awesome means lots of different things to lots of different people.
Yeah.
Be awesome. It's not about being perfect. That is completely different. It's about being the best version of ourselves that we can be. And that's where the muddle gets. We get a little bit confused with that sometimes. Has anyone else got anything they want to say about being terrified of being awesome? Has anyone found a such, Caitlin maybe, yeah?
So when I joined Take Part, I didn't really know anyone. Like Roxy, I was very scared to join it. But obviously it is a new change and you're going to be scared. It's like a natural thing. But it was awesome because it was something that I was joining that I knew I was going to end up loving. But it was just that little stage beforehand that was a bit terrifying, but you do grow out of it.
Yeah.
So you had an option there of not doing it because you were scared of being awesome, or doing it and being awesome. And clearly you've made that decision that you want to be the best version of you, and you want to be part of creating coaching for other people to be that awesome and other young people to follow in that suit.
I've just had a fantastic comment into the chat box from Jerome saying, people might be envious of you, and that's terrifying. If you're, people might be envious, and that's a really good a really good comment. Thank you. That's a really good point, that sometimes people might be a bit terrified of being awesome in case people are envious or you think about what other people might think.
But there's different ways of showing awesomeness, isn't there? And I think if we're smug and arrogant with it, that can bring along a few problems. But if we can identify being awesome as being the best version of ourselves and learning how to manage that, that's the trick. That's your magic key.
Excellent, that is it. And somebody else asked me about breathtaking. They were asking about that. Why might breathtaking be on that list, team? What's that about? Why was that there? What does it mean? Any of you there? Oh, Charlie's having a really good think about this one.
It is a tricky one. I think breathtaking, it's almost something you'll be proud of yourself for being awesome.
Yeah.
So once you've finally done it, it is a bit breathtaking to yourself because you can surprise yourself sometimes.
Exactly. You can surprise yourself sometimes. Sometimes you might be having Kid Average winning, and then all of a sudden from nowhere, Kid Awesome just pops up, helping you to be the best version of yourself, and you go, oh well, I didn't expect for that to happen, and that's a little bit breathtaking for yourself and for others. Yes, someone said something you have finally achieved might be a little bit breathtaking, something that you've tried, and all of a sudden it's happened. Oh, that's a bit breathtaking. That took me by surprise. And this can be applied to so many different areas of your life, especially moving forward during this transition. Okay. At the end of the last session, I opened up to a couple of questions. We didn't quite manage to get those answered. So if you would like to pop some into the chat box, I won't be able to get through everyone, but each week we'll have an opportunity to be able to ask a couple. Especially great as we have Mr. Tomlinson here, so I can open those out as well to Mr. Tomlinson, if you don't mind. So if you want to pop me a couple of questions there, I will... I'll offer those out. You've done fantastic again. Well done. It's been so great to see so many people logging on. It's really good. What a great journey. So,
Roxy,
hello.
really, really quickly, can we just go through those 5 Ps?
Of course.
And see whether there's an action that we can put with those Ps to remind us, and then maybe every week we can revisit it.
Okay, let's go for this. Let's go for... what could we have for prompt? I feel like prompt.
Prompt? Or maybe a
What? I was thinking of what?
Or a watch. Which one should we go for watch?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see everybody on the screen.
tap your watch twice. Tap, tap.
Prompt. 1, 2. Prompt. Excellent. Wonderful. Prepared. What can we have for prepared?
2 thumbs up.
Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Double thumbs. Prepared. What about positive?
A smile.
A big smile.
Big smile. And maybe pointing at your smile. Positive.
Very good. Some big smile.
Excellent. What about productive? I feel like a strong arm. We're going to be productive today. Productive. Productive. Excellent. And what about polite?
Be a wave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A wave. Polite. Okay, should we go again? So the first one is prompt. Let me see.
Tap, tap.
Prompt. Prepared. Prepared. Positive. Positive. Productive. Productive. And polite. Polite. Excellent. Fab. Well done, guys. Love that. Okay, let me go through a couple of these. I've got a question here that says, how to get used to the surroundings. How do they get used to the surroundings, Mr. Tomlinson?
Well, when they eventually will get into school, we'll take them on a tour. Like you said, there's a virtual tour online so they can familiarise themselves with it. A lot of the pupils will, or the majority of them will have already been to All Hallows, so they will know some of the ways around the school. Some of them have siblings that are already there, so they'll know some children and some teachers. But we have form tutors and something called a PPL, the Pupil Progress Leader, that will introduce the children to the school, show them round, and we might buddy some of the children up with some of the older children so that they've got somebody that, other than a teacher, that they can come and speak to. But we'll make sure that we do our best to get them comfortable as quickly as possible.
Excellent. That's really useful. Thank you.
And also, everyone's in the same position. Everyone in year 7 won't know the school as well as older kids. So you've all got each other to help you.
Okay, I've got a question for you guys, team here, that says, were your team terrified or scared on your first day of high school?
100%.
Look at their nodding.
Yeah.
Mr. Tomlinson, were you a bit scared on your first day of high school?
Incredibly, yeah. It was. I went from a very small primary school to a school of over 1,500, so it was a big shock being a small person in a new school at year 7.
It is.
That's just it. You go from being the biggest to littlest, don't you?
That's right.
You used to be in the top of the school, and you go to be the smallest ones. It's scary.
It is. But by putting all of these new skills that we're gonna talk about and we're gonna build on, you will get there. We will get there, and you will go in the best version of you, which is so very exciting. And I can't wait to continue on this journey with you. Okay, I know we've got some more questions, but we'll keep opening those up each week, and I promise we'll get through as many as we can. You guys have been awesome today. Absolutely awesome. Every single one of you has joined in and participated, and I'm really, really thankful for that. That is so positive for your journey towards year 7 at All Hallows. So I'm going to say goodbye for today, and I will see you next week. And everybody take care.
Brilliant.
Goodbye.
On the way out, can we have that wonderful music that we had on the way in? I do believe it's Brave from the film Brave, and I think it's really apt for our song of the week. So can we just pop that on as we're saying goodbye to everyone?
We can. Here it is.
Have a really brave week, everyone.
Everybody keep being brave.